welcome to the Late Night Snacking Podcast.
We're your hosts, Devin and Anita. And this is our weekly podcast where we grab a blanket and some snacks and talk about all things relationships, growing pains, and navigating through, honestly, life itself.
We hope our experiences encourage others to grow to become the best versions of themselves, and for their relationships. Grab a snack and let's go. What is up, snackers?
What's going on, y'all boys? And welcome to the Late Night Snacking Podcast.
Yes, sir.
The most honest podcast. The most open podcast. And the most wholesome podcast in the world.
Welcome back to the pod, y'all. You're probably like, what is she on? Because why is she so excited? We were technically not with y'all last week because last week's episode was the prior week's episode due to difficulties. So we got some updates for y'all. We got stuff to chat about. We got an Unpack the Snack coming to you. We got a good topic coming to you. The late topic. So let's get into the episode.
Let's do it.
Firstly, go ahead.
Chatterbox, bro. It's crazy. Anyway, she could do the whole damn show by herself.
Go for it.
All right. So, big news. We found a venue. We decided on a venue. Now it's time for gang activities. No, I'm joking.
Y'all, yes. We have finally found the venue. Last time we talked to y'all about that, we seemed a little defeated. And we indeed were. But, yes, it actually ended up being the first venue that we saw. There was something about it. It just stuck with us. We toured other venues, and it wasn't hitting like the first one. So went with our gut. It felt right.
Shows up.
And now we're here. So very excited for that because for those who have wedding planned or for those who are engaged or not even engaged, just
then you know
tip
how that goes.
You know how it goes and you know how important it is to get the venue out of the way because everything literally revolves around the venue. So very happy to have that weight lifted off the shoulders.
Nah, for real, because stressful time.
It was a lot. And then we also, y'all know, for any new listeners, we're located in Charlotte and we're having our wedding in Greenville. So
South Carolina.
Yes. I keep forgetting there's a Greenville, North Carolina. But yes, we're having our venue in Greenville, South Carolina. So anytime we had to go see a venue, we had to travel like almost 2 hours to go see it, which is, y'all, the mileage on our cars.
Bruh.
Is looking a little, it's getting up there. So, yeah, all in all to say we're really excited that we've chosen something. We feel good about it. Our pockets don't. So, if you want to donate.
Hey, we might build a whole GoFundMe for this. Not even going to lie.
Please fund the Wansley wedding because, woo.
Oh, we can guarantee you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
We just need your help.
In the
we just need your help.
Wait. Wait, say it again.
Say what?
That we need help.
We just need your help.
In the arms of the angel. Just for $5 a person, you could fund the Wansley wedding. I'm just kidding. I
have on these shades so you guys can't see the eye rolls and stuff because obviously from
funny
from the last episode, I can't control when she says wild things. I just can't help myself.
I mean, maybe it's
so I put on shades.
I mean, sometimes you have to do some self-evaluation and self-correcting. I guess the shades is your way of doing that.
So don't be like, why is he always making that face? So I just be like,
what if I want to see your eyes though? Can you give me like a little?
Nah, because I'm definitely rolling them right now. You just can't see it. See, it's working.
My snack.
So yeah, she ain't got no snack, but I'll let y'all boys know what I got.
Okay. I'm actually gonna get it today because I did want this.
You know me. Fruit snacks. See, that's why I got the shades on, because I just rolled my eyes again and made a crazy face. So,
What kind of fruit snacks? Where are they from?
they're from Aldi.
Sounds all right.
We will not be shouting those guys out anymore, though, because
You know what?
it's kind of pointless.
You're right, because
And let's get into it.
it's like, how many times have we... Oh, the finger's coming out.
So let me tell you something, Aldi. We've been very faithful and been spending a lot of dollars in there. Even though y'all done went up on fruit snacks, eggs, milk, all this. See, y'all done went up. I've noticed. Even the box of pasta, it used to be like 30-something cent. How y'all go from 35-cent box of noodles to 97-cent box of noodles?
Basically make it $1.
Like, this is crazy. You're right. Just make it $1.
Yeah.
But you know what else? We're not going to get into y'all frozen strawberries. Oh, yeah. I heard about that recall.
Oh.
I'm going there. I want them to see me.
I wasn't aware.
I know about the recall.
Y'all keep it up. We tried to be nice and tried to offer our services.
We did. Plenty of times.
And y'all don't try to leave us on the back burner, even though y'all frozen strawberries are contaminated.
We still shop there. We don't get the strawberries though, but we be in there. We be shopping in
For
there.
everything else.
Now that's crazy.
Oh,
all right.
God. Okay.
Your day's a number, Aldi.
Count your days. Okay, well, I have I feel like this is my snack like all the time, but the sweet and salty nut, peanut, dark chocolate chunk, and almond it's it, y'all. If y'all like dark chocolate, this is like a really nice treat. Just based off of the conversation we just had, I won't say where it's from, but you know, you can make an assumption.
You guessed it, Aldi. Of course it was.
I'm weak. Cool. So, what else have we've been up to?
Oh, we
What
had the
else?
St. Patty's Day party
Yes.
last weekend. It was a little vibe. You know what I'm saying? A little razzle dazzle.
Y'all, so did you explain Organic Boys and like what y'all are doing yet on the pod or no?
No.
Okay.
So Organic Boys is just another branch from Organic Dev brand.
Mm-hmm.
And they are responsible for events, parties, and things of that nature. You know, bringing a very organic and lit experience to the most lit people in the world. So if you haven't, go follow Organic Boys on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Organic Boys with a Z, 2 underscores.
Yeah. Keep up with the stuff. You guys actually just dropped
Oh
a
yeah,
flyer for another event coming up.
the Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight.
Yeah. It's gonna be
The
dope.
restaurants are going to be packed. Anderson, South Carolina. Linden's Academy.
Yeah. The venue's
Come
really
watch the fight.
the venue that they're holding it at, and even like the St. Patty's, really cool venue, y'all. Like very much like a multi-purpose space. If you want to chill and sit down, you can chill and sit down. If you want to go to the bar, you can go to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have a snack, they
You got that
snacks.
too. We got everything you need.
Literally everything. Just show up.
We'll provide the experience.
Yeah.
We just need you to come experience it.
Ooh.
So yeah, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia fight, April 20th, Linden's Academy, Anderson, South Carolina. Oh, a food truck will be present. We got a food truck.
Ooh.
Angelo's Red Tacos. If you're into the burrito tacos, you know the tacos that you dip into the baby oil or whatever that is. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's not. I know it's not baby oil, guys. It's a joke. But the tacos that you dip, bro, is fire.
Yeah.
All the way from Greenwood, South Carolina. So
It looks
he'll be
good.
there in attendance.
Lit.
9 to 1. Come get you some tacos, man. We on
Come get tacos.
North Murray, 512 North Murray. So come see us.
Lit. Also, last update, I think, at least on my end, official date, we are getting the puppers, is my birthday, May 8th. Very excited. So, about a month and some change, and we will have a little furry animal running around here.
We already got a name.
Did we drop it already?
No.
Oh.
We haven't.
Okay.
Are we doing that or no? Not yet.
Sure. I mean, we're like a month out.
All right. So,
My hairy, furry son. His name is Hendrix Baklava Wansley, a.k.a. Lil Henny, a.k.a. Hen Dog, a.k.a. Meet Me by the Window at 9, a.k.a. The Silk Scarf Wonder, a.k.a. Young Baklava. So any of those names work. And it's Hendrix with 2 X's.
2 X's, yes.
This is a rad dog, let me tell you.
I'm really excited. I hope he's not lame. But
We have a rad dog on the way, so.
Yeah, I'm excited. He's a cutie. He's on the way. And yeah, we'll probably, not probably, we will, because I've already been getting footage. We'll drop a vlog. I have footage from when I first met him. I'm going to see him again a couple times. I'm going to pick him up on my birthday. So I'll have footage of all that. We'll drop a vlog for y'all so you can see him.
Yeah, see, she get all the interaction with him. I'll be at work.
You be at work.
Lame.
I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, I think that those are all the updates.
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. Shall we happen to unpack the snack? Oh.
This is no. I take that was an interesting one.
Yeah.
This one is
I like this one, and it
Pretty
actually, yeah, and it actually plays into our topic for tonight. So that doesn't happen all the time, so that's really cool how that kind of fell into our lap. But okay. So this week's Unpack the Snack was, how do you tell your partner they aren't doing enough without it coming off as criticism? Let me put my granola bar down because I look fat as hell just holding on to it for dear life. Like somebody's going to steal it from me. What?
That's how you was saying it.
Oh, yeah. I talk with my hands a lot too. So, okay. So here's some comments that we got. First of all, half the comments are the spam ones where it's like, wow, I'm so happy with what spiritual spellcaster did for me when I was
look. Don't look.
Please don't come into our
Don't come
comments.
over there with that. Leave that witchcraft where it's at.
I know that happens to y'all, and I know them little nasty accounts that be liking people's stories and stuff like that. The bots are on
1,000.
I don't know who.
It's disrespectful at this point.
I don't know who was over like the bots marketing team, but they are doing their job and doing it well because the bots are all over the place. But
you remember I told you, I heard it was a rumor that, like, the bots and stuff on your story is like, I guess people who don't follow you or whatever, like trying to watch your story, I guess, like kind of like stalking almost.
there's no way.
No, it's kind of crazy.
No.
It's a whole rabbit hole behind that. We won't get into it, but
I just don't see who would want to stalk me with like booty pics as their
well, see, that's the
profile
thing.
picture.
I don't think that they know that's was.
But they're
being
all
seen.
like nasty accounts. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, what is the? We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
this another
it's
day. That's really
It's
weird. But I
nuts.
know y'all experience it too because everybody is like tired of it. But okay, bringing it back to the topic, or the unpacked snack. So, somebody said having uncomfortable conversations can always be offset with positives. What are some things you appreciate, love? How can we work on it? The delivery to constructive, keyword, criticism is also a big component. Totally agree with that. I think approach is everything.
Yeah.
With any hard conversation, the way you approach it, your tone, how you address it is key. Like a lot of the times it's not even what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. So
Yeah, that really depends on like how someone's gonna receive it.
100%. So I like the offsetting it with a positive. I think that's a great idea. Saying things that you appreciate and being like, well, I'll share my thoughts in a minute. But somebody else agreed with that. saying criticism shouldn't be the only time you talk to your partner about what they do and how it makes you feel. Acknowledge the positives as well as the negatives. It's definitely a weird conversation to have, but I think it's only because we don't often focus on the person receiving this information, which is just as important, which is what you just said. Mm-hmm. Like, how we say it totally determines like how it's going to be received. But if your partner comes to you saying they're not fulfilled, you can't automatically go to defense mode, which is what most of us do. I think your partner saying you aren't doing enough is criticism, but all criticism isn't bad when you look at the bigger picture of what they or you all as a couple are trying to accomplish. 100%. And I think I said this on another episode too, where I was just like, I know for me personally, it's very hard for me to take criticism. Like, not just from you, just in life. When somebody critiques something I do, I immediately go into like, oh my God, I suck. I'm the worst. Like, but that's just self, you know what I mean? So, but what she's saying is like, not all criticism is bad criticism. Yeah. Like constructive criticism is great. Like, yes, tell me how I can be better for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way this works. Like, if I just keep doing the same shit all the time, like, we'd never get anywhere. So.
And they brought up a good point, too, saying that, you know, criticism shouldn't be the only time, you know, you talk to your partner about like, how they make you feel and stuff like that. Because it makes it, I don't know, I guess it makes it seem like it's not just like targeted, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it makes it a normal conversation.
Right.
Or just like everyday conversation, in which it should be.
Right. I think we said this on another episode too, where we were like, I think it was during the Spark episode. That's season 1, by the way, if you want to go listen to it. It's called Keeping the Spark Alive, or like The Spark or something like that. We said like a good way to keep it alive is like to tell your partner when things are going good too. Yeah. Like when you appreciate what they're doing, or like sometimes I'll just tell Devin, like, I'm just happy. Like, I'm just happy to be here. Like, I'm happy with you. Like, that's good reassurance to tell your partner. You know what I mean? That way, when you do bring up constructive criticism, it's not so like bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it covers the blow because I'm always telling you things that are good too. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because fellas, you know, we good at, man, where is this coming from? Like,
for real.
Love starting arguments, man.
Yeah, where's
you always starting stuff. Like, so yeah, if you talk about stuff like this on a normal basis,
yeah,
it doesn't seem like it's coming from left field.
Yeah, that's so true. And then last one, they said, I think with just changing certain words in your delivery makes it completely different. In quotes, hey, I need more of this from you rather than you aren't doing what I need you to do goes a long way, in my opinion. I feel like it's going to be some kind of criticism regardless, just like the other person said. But easing the delivery in a way that comes off in like we're a team way makes a huge difference. The problem is people allow themselves to sweep the problem under the rug for so long that when it comes time to have this conversation, it's out of anger or hurt. So the delivery is off and not directed in a way to work as a team in most cases, which I totally agree.
Yeah.
Like I think is what we just said. Like, you shouldn't only be coming to your partner when something is wrong, and you also shouldn't be holding on to that. Can speak from personal experience. Like, you don't get anything solved by letting things boil up inside of you and waiting for the right time to strike, because that's exactly what it is, an attack. It's not even a conversation anymore. You're fed up and there's no problem solving there.
Give them a piece of my mind.
For real. But yeah, so I totally agree. I like the we're a team part too, like approaching it that way.
Yeah. Because you are.
Yeah, for real. We had talked about that in our, I'm just plugging all our old episodes, but it's just because we do, like, we talk about this, but our conflict, or how to deal with conflict or something like that, that's also season 1.
Yeah, that's also season 1.
Yeah. We talked about how like having these tough conversations, like you have to come at it from a team perspective. Like this isn't a me coming at you thing.
Right.
This is going to make us better. And that's the approach you have to come with. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What are your, I love y'all's thoughts on this, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Really insightful.
A lot of good responses. Look at y'all participating. That's what we like to see.
We love to see it, truly. What are some of your thoughts on it other than what they were saying, or if you have anything different?
I mean, I pretty much agree with what everybody was saying. Like I said, it seems like less of an attack when you know, just talk about it in like regular conversation, rather it's at dinner or you guys are just like hanging out on the couch or whatever, or just kind of like hanging out. Yeah. It's a good time to kind of like bring that up and talk because neither of you guys are doing anything.
Yeah. My biggest thing, agreeing with the last comment as far as like the wording, because there's a huge difference between like, hey, and this is kind of everybody's thoughts combined, but like, hey, putting the positive in, like, I appreciate what you do, yada, yada, yada. Here's something that I've also been seeing that like I would really appreciate if you could like work on this or whatever it may be, right? There's that approach, and then there's like, you haven't done shit for me, like you don't do this, like I do everything, you do nothing. Like that's like blame language, and then you can't blame somebody for getting defensive of that because you're attacking them essentially, like verbally. So even though like maybe you're not trying to come off that way, like the wording really matters. Like sometimes you do need to soften the blow a little bit with a positive, or just change your wording. Like I said, like, I really appreciate this, but like if you could do a little more. We've had conversations like that. Yeah. Like, I really love that you do this, but like, can you show me a little more in this area? Like, I would really appreciate it. Like, and it's nothing. Like,
it's really not. It's just a conversation.
It's just a conversation, but there's never like, you that don't do this, I do all the work. Like,
right. It doesn't mean like all your emotions have to be tied into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't require that. It's just because think about it, like we said, it's a team. Like if you've played any type of sport, I'm pretty sure your coach has yelled at you in some type of capacity. Mm-hmm. And what they tell you is don't listen to how I'm saying it, listen to what I'm saying, which can be hard. Yeah. When you have someone literally screaming in your face telling you to get back on defense, like, okay, I get it, bro. I need to get back on defense, bro. Do you have to scream in my face? Like, yeah. But that's because like that's the stress of like this really important you get back on defense. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's even though the delivery could be a whole lot better, but you still receive. I mean, the message is still being received.
Right. So, yeah, good stuff. So our topic actually kind of ties into what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So, shall we hop into the topic?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, we are chatting about the bare minimum tonight.
The bare minimum.
This is a little hot topic over here because there definitely
because
could be
we all know what the bare minimum is.
So we're going to get into it. Like, what is it? What it may look like in your relationship, what it should be. You know, do you praise your partner for it? How can you go above the bare minimum? We're getting to all of it. So let's hop into it. What is the bare minimum?
So the bare minimum are pretty much things that are of common knowledge. Yeah. Things that don't necessarily have to be taught. They're things that you should be doing without someone having to explain it or tell you. Like, you know, don't plug stuff into the socket. Don't run around with scissors. Don't run around with sharp objects. You know, things like that. Look both ways for crossing the street. Those are bare minimum things. They're important. It doesn't mean they're not important because they're bare minimum.
Right.
They're very important. But in a relationship, you know, don't be hitting your girl.
Right.
You know, don't be hitting your guy.
Right.
No abuse. Keep your hands to yourself.
Respect.
Respect. Be nice. Be kind.
Literally.
just regular stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just be a decent human being.
Regular stuff that you'd be surprised that like people
that go over
don't
people's
do.
head all
Yes.
the time, and like they think it's like rocket science.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so hard to figure out. Like, it's a hard concept. Like, no, bro, just gotta be just a regular, nice, decent human being. Like,
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I like that you say that it's like just because it's like basic doesn't mean it's not important. Like 100%. Like, I even think about, just coming from, my dancers can feel me on this, like ballet is like the core. Like, to do any other dance, you have to have some ballet knowledge, technique to understand what is going on in like other places. So just because they're basic movements and small movements, some are larger or whatever, they're fundamental. Like, it carries into other parts, so you have to know them. So it's the same thing with just bare minimum things in relationships. Like, it's still important, and they still show up in other places, and you should know them. They're fundamental. So, cool. We can go through a few. These are totally subjective because somebody's bare minimum may look different than somebody else's bare minimum. You know what I mean? So, like, somebody coming out of maybe like a traumatic experience, maybe something like domestic violence or anything like that, like, their bare minimum, like our bare minimum is like, you know, don't hit your partner or whatever. Yeah. But to them, that's like top
priority
thing that they're looking for, because they're like, dude, I don't want to go through this shit again. And like, totally understandable, right? So everybody's got different levels of like what
all bare minimums
are different.
I guess.
Yeah. So these are just kind of some that like we looked at, some that apply to us, some that we found, and so yeah, we'll share some. Would you like to go?
Yeah, so a few subjective, but a few, bare minimum examples would be respecting boundaries, creating a safe space.
To like communicate and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No offensive jokes about family and appearance and stuff like that if you know your partner is not really into that type of stuff. Like, they can't, no tolerance for abuse, of course. Don't use your partner's past against them.
That's a big one. I think people actually hold on to that for a second. I think people really struggle with that one. Like, especially if you're, I don't want to trigger anybody, but especially if you're in a relationship with somebody who maybe like had some infidelity and stuff like that, like, you are like scared that it's going to happen to you, or maybe it did happen to you with this person and maybe you're giving it another try, right? Like, whatever the situation may be, like, the past is the past. Right. If you have unresolved things from the past, like, you have to address that, because you can't hold that against the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that is something that was done in the past. If it happened before you, it happened before you. And like, that's just something, if you like talked it out and you're okay with it.
Yeah.
And like, that's fine. And then if you are taking somebody back, maybe that has done you wrong or whatever the situation may be, like, that has to be resolved. Like, you cannot move forward if that isn't closed. So you can't be holding that person's past against them and what they did in the past and everything's in the past and bringing up old stuff. Like,
because what they did in the past, it doesn't mean that you have that version of them. What 100%. Happened in the past that's a totally different version of, who that person is.
Yeah.
So because it doesn't mean it's not important, because I guess it could give you a sense of like
insight on character.
Yeah, like who they are, what their character's like. Mm-hmm. But don't harp on it too much to be like, you don't want to deal with this person anymore because of something that they did 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, so that's an important one. I think another good one too is like knowing what's going on in your partner's day-to-day, just like knowing what's going on in your partner's life. Like, I think that's another one that people let go over the head and stuff like that, and it becomes a reason of like fights and stuff like that, because you feel like your partner doesn't care about you and like all this stuff. Like, just general knowledge, like what'd your partner do today? Even if it was just like, oh, they went to work and they went to a workout class. Okay, cool. Like, ask them about the workout class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just don't be selective with your partner's engagement. You know what I mean? Like, don't pick and choose when you want to talk to them about what's going on in their lives, because we are separate humans. We have different lives. We have things separately going on from each other. So, like, ask, be involved, know what's going on. Like, that's a bare minimum thing. What did your partner do today? Like, do you know what's going on in their lives? Do you know where they are? Like, simple bare minimum things. Another good one, which I think may be one of the last ones on our list, is making your partner feel seen and heard.
Yes.
That's another great one. You would think it's not a bare minimum thing, but it kind of is. Like,
there's common decency.
Yes, like acknowledging your partner's feelings and like trying to understand them and stuff like that. Yeah. Somebody shouldn't have to beg for that. You know what I mean? For you to like care.
I was telling somebody that before, like they were talking about a situation over there with their girlfriend. I'm just like, he was just like, dude, like, why is she choosing to argue with me? I don't know why she wants to argue something. Like, dude, she wants you to hear her.
Yeah.
That's all really women really want, is to be heard.
Sure. Yeah.
That's it. As long as you can receive whatever it is that they're saying to you, they're good. Anything after that is fair game.
Yeah.
But it's just as long as you heard what she said.
Yeah.
Then you're in the safe zone. You're good.
Yeah. I will say, like, in my opinion, and this is just to toot your horn a little bit, is like, to me, that is one of your best qualities, is that you make me feel like I'm not talking to a void. Like, if I'm saying something to you, even if it's just like we were talking before, like constructive criticism or anything like that, I know you're going to take it and internalize it and do what you want with that information. And there's going to be some sort of action that comes out on the other side. Like, which validates what I said. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, that's like one of your best. And that is like a bare minimum thing. Like, do you listen to your partner and make them feel like you heard what they said?
Yeah.
Like, just listen. There might be some truth in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So those are some bare minimum things. Question for you. Because this is kind of where it gets to be like a hot take or things that I've been seeing on social media and things like that. Should you praise your partner for doing the bare minimum?
Well, I'll say this. If words of affirmation is their love language, then absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
If that's what like, if that's how they want to be loved or whatever, is by, because some people like that, just words of affirmation. You just, encouraging them, giving them like little words of encouragement and stuff. For a person like that, yeah. And even if, their love language isn't words of affirmation, like, I think yes, you still should.
Yeah. I'm on the same page.
It's a nice gesture. You know what I mean? It's just nice to hear that it makes the other person feel like they're being appreciated,
valued, yeah,
and valued. So
100%.
And that's important to anybody, is being valued and feeling appreciated, especially if you're in a relationship.
Yes.
So that's a very important part, like feeling like what you're doing matters.
Yes.
Versus just like, just kind of letting it blow over, and the person just like continually doing so, because maybe they are looking for that, looking for like, hey, like, good job today, like, I really appreciate you doing, such and such, like,
yeah.
And if you don't give them that, it could cause them to shut down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, I think you said it better than how I was gonna say it. I totally agree. I think you should. It's the word praise that people get bent out of shape about, because people feel like, well, one, I shouldn't have to tell you to do it anyway.
Right.
2, I shouldn't give you claps because you did something that I literally asked you to do or something that you should be doing. Like, so obviously we live together and household chores are a thing, right?
Yeah.
We kind of have a system with dishes and stuff like that. We kind of have a system with cleaning, but like it's kind of turned into like we're so busy that whoever is there, just do it. Like if he's home first, please unload the dishwasher. If I'm home first, please throw in a load of laundry. You know what I mean? Like it is kind of turned into that. And it's just the dynamic that works with us. But you could call that a bare minimum thing in our relationship that like if you're there and you see a mess, clean it. You know what I mean? Like, don't wait for the other person to come along.
Right. Or just assume that, like, oh, well, they'll get it if I don't get it.
Exactly. So,
because 9 times out of 10 doesn't
I ain't getting it.
Yeah, it doesn't really work like that.
But that's the thing. So, like, in this dynamic, because maybe it doesn't work like that in your relationship, but in this dynamic, that's a bare minimum thing for us. If you see something, if you see a mess, if something's out of place, put it back.
Clean it up after yourself.
Yeah, literally. Or even after the other person. Like, that's not the hardest thing. If somebody left something on the floor or somebody left a dish in the dishwasher, it's not a crime to do something after your partner. Like, if you're there and you're able to do it. You know what I mean? So that's just something that works in our dynamic. But the point that I'm trying to get to with that is that's a bare minimum thing that we still say thank you to each other for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like, oh, well, he has to do the dishes, so, like, I'm not going to say thank you for that. Like, that's a very, like, what am I... It's not very team-like of you. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
because if we're just going to be frankly honest, like, we don't owe each other anything.
Thank you. Yeah.
If we're going to be honest, well, if you're in a marriage, it's different, of course. But if you're like dating somebody, like, you guys don't really owe each other anything.
No, I think even in a marriage, you're still separate people. Just because you say vows and stuff like that, like, you're still separate. Like, you still don't owe, like, you are not obligated to do anything for me, and we don't own each other. Like, I'm not obligated to do anything for you. Like, but that's what makes it, like, makes each other appreciate each other more, because it's the willingness to do it. Exactly. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm saying is, like, people get so bent out of shape with, like, oh, well, they're supposed to do that. They're not supposed to do jack shit, like, at all. So be grateful, even if it's just a bare minimum thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. You load up the dishwasher every day. I tell you thank you every day, because I appreciate it. I do. You know what I mean? Like, that could be me by myself having to do it. Like, so I think you should. I think the word praise gets people all in a tizzy, but like, don't let that, it's just showing gratitude. You know what I mean? Like, so yes, I think you should. Even if your partner's doing a bare minimum thing, say thank you. Like, just be grateful for your partner.
You got the jersey on. Stop being a shitty teammate.
For real. And I look at it
Be a better teammate. Pass the ball.
I look at it too as like, you would want, I say this like every episode, you would want that same grace back.
Right. If the shoe was on the other foot, you would want somebody. You would want the same thing.
Exactly. So I just think that's interesting how people like don't want to like give praise to their own partner for like doing bare minimum. Now, I will say sometimes that's rooted in like they wish their partner was doing more, so they'd feel like, well, I'm not going to say thank you because they should be doing that, and honestly they should be doing more because I do everything else or whatever. Some people, that's where it's coming from, is like they want them to do more. Cool. That's kind of the conversation we just had in the Unpack the Snack, is like there's ways to tell your partner, I want you to do more, while still giving them praise for doing bottom tier things. Yeah. And that is okay. Like, it's not bad to give praise for your partner doing small things.
It's okay to be nice. You know that, right? Like, it's actually free. It didn't cost you anything.
Just be nice.
It didn't cost you. Just be nice. Like, just say thank you.
Yeah.
Go on about your day.
Yeah. So I'm with agreeance with you on that. I think that's a hot take because people really feel entitled to their partner doing things for them.
Oh, they do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Your partner doesn't owe you anything, and you don't owe your partner anything. So say thank you to each other for doing the dishes and doing the laundry and opening the door for you. Like, come on, dude. I know that's simple things. Say thank you. They could be slamming the door in your face.
Okay, so question. Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you do more than the bare minimum?
Okay. So this is kind of tying into like what we talked about before, having the conversation and stuff like that when you want your partner to do more, right? So what does that look like? How do you do above just the bottom tier regular things? So we kind of broke it up into different things. Obviously, again, like we keep saying, these are subjective things. We're not licensed to talk about this. These are just our opinions. So one of them that I put down was effective communication. So whatever that looks like to you. So listen more if you usually don't. You know what I mean? That's what we had talked about earlier when I was saying, like, I really think that's your best quality. Like, you actually listen and you take it into account and, like, you do something with it. So that's a part of effective communication. Bare minimum is just creating a safe space to just talk and have communication.
Right.
Going above and beyond is like, okay, what do I do in this bare minimum space? How can I, like, amp that up? Like, if I'm not usually a great listener, I'm gonna try my best.
Right.
Try a little harder and actually put into play like what you're saying to me. Another example of this that kind of goes a little above and beyond as far as like effective communication goes. I don't know if we've mentioned them on here. I feel like we have because I literally love them. But Josh and EC is like this really popular like YouTube couple. They have kind of a lot of sit down talks like this where they just talk about like relationship stuff. And they said that something that helped them with their communication was doing like, they called it like Miami moments. I guess they went to Miami or whatever and had like something happened there and they call it like a Miami moment now. But it's basically where they just like kind of turn to each other and they're like, okay, can we have a Miami moment real quick? And it's basically like them being completely honest with no judgment from the other person. Like,
right.
This is, something's gonna come out of my mouth and I need you like not to judge me. Like, and it has to do with like the constructive criticism or like, I'm really not feeling what you're doing right now, or like,
need to get this off my chest.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Thank you for shortening my long-winded thing there. I was drowning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's essentially what it is. It's just like, I have to get something off my chest. I need no judgment from you right now. Like, Miami moment, I gotta be honest with you. So you can implement things like that. That is above bare minimum line. There's a difference between talking to your partner and just like, you know, communicating that you're having issues or whatever, and then going that extra mile and being like, all right, do we really trust each other here? Like, I have something to say to you and I need you to kind of just be a punching bag right now and just take it for me, because like I just need to get it off my chest. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest with you. We've had moments like that too. Yeah. Like, sometimes you have to, you know what I mean? But that definitely does help with like effectively communicating with each other.
But so. And then like I'll say for like the what's the word I'm looking for? Emotionally sensitive people. That can be hard.
100%.
It's very tough for you to have to like sit in your partner's face. And like, even though I know it's not mean, like it's not ill-intended, like they're just being honest. But like you said, if you can't take criticism and like stuff like that, like that can be a real gut punch. Yeah. And even though like they prep you for like, I just need you to like, just kind of like, don't judge me, just kind of like take this in. Like, it's hard to like, I guess, harden your emotions for some people. Like, that can be hard. Mm-hmm. So just wanted to shout those emotionally sensitive people out.
You're looking at her. Like,
you're not alone.
You're not alone. I mean, but so coming from the other side, because we have had tough conversations.
It's like natural reaction.
Yeah. And where you have been like, hey, I just need to be honest with you. Like, this is not, I'm not being mean or anything. This is just like, I need to be honest. Right. And so coming from somebody who is a very sensitive person, like once that moment of like, hey, no judgment, like this isn't any ill intended, like I just need you to know this. Once that's prefaced, you can let your guard down a little bit. Yeah, you can let your guard down a little bit and be like, okay, like I know this isn't anything like towards me, like this is not an attack on me. I just need to take this information in because it's needed to like be helpful in this situation. So, yeah. What's another one?
We'll be doing basic needs. What does your partner not ask for?
Ooh.
Are you paying attention to those things, or are you waiting for your partner to tell you exactly what they need all the time?
Yeah. So this is definitely an above the bare minimum.
Yeah, this is an above the bare minimum type thing. This is initiative.
Yes.
It's exactly what it is. In short, is initiative. Like doing something that your partner wants, or providing something that your partner needs without them having to tell you.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with being a mind reader.
Yeah.
It has to do with
literally
listening,
paying attention. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, your partner will tell you exactly what they need or what they want from you throughout the day in some capacity, if you can listen.
Yep.
If you're not listening, then it's just going to seem like they're just asking for irrational things and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know if you can provide this. Like, it may be too much.
Yeah.
When in short, it really isn't. All you have to do is listen.
Ooh. Yeah. That's a huge one. Because a bare minimum thing is like, my partner asked me to do something, I do it. Bare minimum, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it was literally requested of you to do something and you did it.
Right. That's the easy part.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But, like, I would appreciate it more if I didn't have to tell you to do it and you took initiative, like you said, to do something. So maybe your partner on the way home says that they had a stressful day or whatever. Sink is full of dishes. What do you think you could do in this scenario? You know what I mean? Like, just taking initiative to do something. Your partner didn't tell you to remove the dishes from the sink. Mm-hmm. Context was, I'm stressed, I had a long day, I'm really tired. That's it. That's all you need to know. Yeah. Like, that's all. That's enough.
And so from there, you go, how can I make her day or his day less stressful?
Stressful, yep.
Let me help out by doing something in the house.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's been plenty of times where, Anita will probably be done texting me throughout the day. Something happened either at work or
always
just having one of those days. I may stop at the store and get her hot Cheetos or something. In a body armor.
Hot Cheetos.
Or if she's on the way home, or if I get home before she does, like, I don't know, I may like do the dishes or something, or do laundry.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
The other day, it's such a little thing, and you probably didn't even really mean to do it, but like, stressful day, of course, I always have stressful days, but I walk in and there's a candle burning. So like, instantly my mood is better because the house smells nice and it smells clean. Like, I didn't walk into it smelling like trash. I didn't walk into it smelling like dirty food in the sink. Like, it smelled like a candle. Instant relief. Like, it's simple things like that. Like, we shouldn't have to be telling your partner to do any of these things. Like, that's the above bare minimum that we're talking about. But let's do like one more.
Okay.
You pick one.
Individuality. What do you like to do?
That's my favorite one.
Wake up earlier and make time for yourself. Spend time with other people without your partner every once in a while.
Yeah.
And that's, I like, for me, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Just because, okay, this probably be the only time you'll ever hear me, like, mention this, but I'm an Aquarius. I'm a true Aquarius. And I don't really get into the zodiac thing. I really don't.
No,
and for my friends that know that I don't really get into that stuff, like, pretty spot on. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, I cannot help but to move to the beat of my own drum.
Yeah.
And just be myself.
Free.
I don't know how to be anything else.
Yeah.
Other than that. So, hanging out, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to hang out with other people. Kind of like go out by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like run errands or something, or go window shopping. Just kind of like hang out or something by yourself, or hanging out with other people. Like, I know it helps for us because it gives us that space. Either there's probably some stuff she probably wants to get done, or stuff she wants to do, stuff that I want to do. They don't, because at the end of the day, like, we still have like our own things going on.
Yeah.
That doesn't require each other all the time.
100%. Yeah, I like that one. I think that one is an above the bare minimum thing too, is just like, you know, yes, we have separate lives and we have separate identities. That's a bare minimum thing, is just to, like, you know, have a hobby or two outside of your partner. But, like, are you actually, like, prioritizing yourself? We've said this on multiple episodes, is like, your partner should not be the number one in your spot. Like, it's just like the whole oxygen mask on a plane thing. Like, you cannot take care of another person if you are not right with you. Yeah. Yep. Like, you have to be right with you. So, like, getting up early just to have time by yourself. Like, I know, like, I go and I work out in the mornings. Even though it kicks my ass, I love that time because that is time for, like, me to work on my health, like, better myself, set, like, you know, exercise health goals for myself. Like, that is a whole journey that I am on by myself, and I love that for me. You know what I mean? So, like, find stuff that you enjoy outside of your partner. And we've said this multiple times, but, like, we really stress it. I really do think that is one of the main things that makes this work, is that we respect each other's hobbies and, like, pastimes without each other. Like, we don't always have to be together. Do we enjoy spending time together? Sure. Yeah. But, like, there's things that we like to do outside of each other that, like, go. Right. Go do it. Like, he likes to go to, like, concerts and, like, listen to stuff like that. I don't want to stand on my feet. So go and do that, and I'll stay here and, like, I don't know, watch a YouTube video, journal, come up with a dance. Like, there's things that I like to do that don't involve Devin, and there's things that he likes to do that don't involve me, and, like, that's cool. Embrace that.
It makes a relationship healthier.
Yes.
You don't feel so, like, suffocated all the time.
100%. Cool. Any last words on this topic? I think we gave some good stuff.
We did. We really gave y'all some gems.
Yeah, I was about to say, this episode is pushing over 50 minutes already, and we haven't even gotten to the hookup. So we really got, like, into the meat and potatoes.
So I guess some advice for the snackers who feel like they're receiving the bare minimum. Speak up.
Yeah.
But speak up nicely.
Yeah. There's a way.
Yep. There's a way of getting what you want, or, you know, getting what you need. But there's a way of saying it. Yeah. To where it comes off as, like, hey, really appreciate everything you're doing, but this is what I need. Or, you know, this is an area, you know, I think you could brush up in.
Sure. I think, too, for the snackers who maybe feel like they're giving the bare minimum and they're like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm only doing the basic, like, how can I do more? I think that list that we just gave is a really good start, especially, like, focusing on, like, what does your partner not say? That'll take your relationship from, like, 75 to, like, 95. Is, like, can you just listen to the things that they're not telling you to do and do them? Like, women, we love that shit. Like,
because then, fellas, it'll make it seem like you're a mind reader. Yeah. And then she says stuff to her friends like, he just gets me. He just knows me so well. He just understands me. Yeah, I sure do, because I listen.
Yep. Exactly. Cool.
Message.
Alrighty, let's hop into the hookup.
got the hookup. Holla if you hear me. I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me. I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
All right, guys, it is your girl hooking y'all up tonight, and I am hooking up what is called Zola. This is not sponsored. I wish it was, because I could be making a little bit of bread, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But it's a wedding planning app, and it is quite literally saving my entire life in this wedding planning process. So I'll keep it quick, but basically it's an app that breaks down like your venues, your vendors. It lets you make your wedding website within it. It's got your budget, so it takes care of like whenever you insert like some sort of invoice or something from a vendor you went with, it lets you like keep track of all that. It lets you keep track of all your payments if you need to like make payments on your venue along the way. And the best part is it has a really nice long checklist between whenever you sign up for the app and your wedding date and after of all the things you should be doing per month, just to kind of like keep you on track. So right now we're in March and we're going to be in April next month. And it was pretty much like by April-ish, you should probably have your venue. So me not ever being engaged, I had no idea what the timeline was of how fast we needed to find a venue. I was quite shook, but I would have never known had I not had the app to like refer to. But it's really nice. It's really cute. Like you can put a little picture. It has a nice little like countdown, so you know exactly how many days until your wedding, so you can get like hyped for it. It lets you know when you should be like wedding dress shopping, suit shopping, like when you should be looking at photographers, florists, like all your stuff for the wedding. And it's just really nice. You can also message vendors through it, which is really nice as well. So you don't have to like go and try and find emails for these people. Like you can just look them up on the app and send them an email through there. Oh. It's really convenient.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It helps you look for like hotel blocks for your guests. You can put all of your guest lists in there and send invites through the app if you want. Like it's really, really convenient. Very cool. Lots of suggestions it gives you for it. So yeah, highly, highly, highly recommend if you are wedding planning to check out the Zola app. It's free and make you a little account and keep up with your stuff. So cool. Let's go ahead and close it down. Alrighty. It is that time.
It is indeed that time.
Dang, dude. We made an episode out of this. We got a little long-winded one here.
I got to send this to the Golden Globes or something.
Chill. A little, what is it called? Oscar? No. Oscar's music. Emmy? Or no, Oscar's not.
ESPYs? Maybe?
I don't think we... No, it was sports.
Oh, yeah, that's a sport.
We don't know anything.
We ain't got cable, for one. You know, like we be watching TV. Like
that's so true.
I don't know anybody who watches TV anymore. Like.
Cable. Oh God. Okay. Anyways,
God, that's so wild.
Isn't it wild?
A time when people don't watch like. I guess you could have like DirecTV and Spectrum and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not. Many people don't be like watching that.
You'd be surprised.
That and house phones. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The house phone era was.
It was wild.
It was a wild time.
Couldn't nobody call my house. Janet was not going for that. People calling at wee hours of the night.
You ain't never been on the cordless phone after hours until the battery died, and then the phone started.
Yes.
And then the phone started beeping.
The little red light. Yeah. Beep. Oh my God.
You be. Yeah, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah. The whisper.
I'm gonna call you back on the other phone. The cordless phone is dying. What a time! What a time to be alive.
That's great. I love that. Cool. If you are following us on Apple or Spotify, make sure, or if you're not following us on there, Spotify, click the follow button, and Apple Podcasts, click the plus button in the top right. That will have all the episodes like be there for you, and you can just click on it and listen to it. YouTubers, subscribe. we
Please.
see y'all. Like, there are more views on some of these videos than who is subscribed to the channel.
Yeah,
so
nah,
y'all
for
are
real.
here and y'all are seeing it, but y'all ain't subscribed.
Yeah,
So,
hit the subscribe button, bro.
make sure you subscribe.
That's my thing, especially if you are literally here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock watching us.
Yes.
Why aren't you subscribed? You're
Make
already
sure.
here every day anyway.
And if you
Or
are,
every week.
tell a friend. Share the episode and be like, man, these two talked about a really good topic tonight, talking about the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
If you think it resonates with somebody, send it to them. If somebody's boyfriend ain't doing shit, send it to them. You know, we're giving good.
Tell them to watch it.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
We might not be licensed, but I feel like we do know what we're talking about a lot of stuff.
I have to agree. Totally biased.
I mean,
but
the
have to
viewers
agree.
speak for itself. People wouldn't keep coming back and listening to us if we didn't know what we were talking about. Just saying. Just saying.
Proof is in the pudding.
It is.
But all right, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the episode with a friend. Make sure you like the video.
Mm-hmm.
And also drop We keep asking y'all to comment, but y'all don't be wanting to speak up.
Ever.
Speak out.
What's with y'all?
Right.
Do the right thing.
But we do love y'all.
We do.
We do. Alrighty, y'all. Let's get
No, I'm joking.
chill. Alrighty, y'all. Let's go ahead and call it an episode, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all
That's a wrap.
next Wednesday.
All right, y'all boys.